Welcome to Afterlife Café TV, connecting hearts, healing souls, and bridging worlds. I'm your host, Helen Peacock, and this is your sacred grounds, a warm, welcoming space where you're invited to take a seat, exhale, and just be. Each week, we will gather cafe style for heartfelt conversations, some mediumship, and maybe some intuitive insights and soulful storytelling that explore the afterlife, some healing, grieving, and the unbreakable bond between us and those in spirit. Here, laughter and tears are both welcome. Love transcends time, and spirit meets us in the most human of ways. So if you're seeking comfort, connection, or a deeper trust in your own inner knowing, you're in the right place. So pour yourself something warm and let's begin. Welcome, beautiful souls. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. And I'm very excited about today's conversation. It's a really special one for me. You know, along the way on your journey, how especially when you're just awakening or healing and trying to understand our gifts, we meet certain people who come into our lives at just the right time, and they help open doors within us that we didn't even know existed yet. Well, today's guest is one of those special people to me, and her name is Donna Hamilton, and was actually one of my very first teachers when I began exploring all different kinds of healing modalities. And she played such an important role in the early stages of my journey and helping me open up and helping me allow to trust and begin to understand the gifts that I now use in my work today. And the beautiful part is I still carry some of her teachings and techniques with me, and they've stayed with me. They've supported me, and they've become part of who I am and how I serve. So this really feels like a full circle moment. We're going to talk about some healing, a little bit how we met, any type of transformation that may be going on, and the power of the people who help awaken something within us. Donna, welcome.
Thank you, Helen. It's such a joy to be a part of this side of your journey, knowing how far you've come and how incredible transformation you have consistently made over the years. It truly is a testament to your soul and your spirit and what you represent in this world.
Thank you, Donna. And do you think you could take us back kind of like to the beginning? Like what first called you into this work when you started for your own healing? If you just wanted to tap into that for a little bit, just letting the audience know a little bit more about you.
Yeah, I've pretty much been on this journey most of my life, but consciously I became aware of it further into my late 30s and 40s when I started recognizing that a lot of the intuitive information that I received, a lot of the gifts and abilities that I had, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudient, I really was very different than everyone else. And it became more and more evident the older I got, the more different I became, the more people tended to be a little less accepting of me. So my world continued to get smaller and smaller until literally through an experience of losing absolutely everything, our home, our business, our jobs, everything all at the same time, brought everything crashing down to there was only one thing left, and that was just a broken me. So it's through that brokenness that I truly connected to the inner guidance that was always there, but I necessarily wasn't always listening to direction and advice. So when you have nothing left, you have nothing left to lose. And that's when things became raw and real for me.
And it shows through, like, I remember you telling me that story, like when I first met you. And that's one of the things about this journey is what were we going through at that time? And for myself, I was going through a massive, massive shift. I just had my second child, and I was like, receiving all kinds of stuff coming towards me and didn't know how to recognize it, didn't know what it meant.
Mhm.
And I truly believe, just like you said, feeling not that I was feeling broken, but I was kind of feeling lost. I was feeling confused.
Yeah.
And serendipities and synchronicities. And it was a friend of mine I ran into at a retreat. I was meeting her actually for the first time, and she kind of understood where I was going through, and she mentioned your name, and then it was up to me. Should I do something about that? Is there something here? And taking that leap of faith and walking through. I remember your beautiful studio at the time and just feeling very vulnerable. And you were kind of like this angel that just came up to me and, put your arms around me. And it's almost like when I think back, it's kind of like a mother energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, in many ways. That is how people do enter my world, is in that childlike innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, usually through something devastating. But that vulnerability opens us up in a way that's very different than other experiences.
Mm-hmm. And you made me feel very comfortable. Like at first I was like, what is this? What's going on? And we're talking. So how old is Kyle? So that was 23 years ago.
Yeah.
And feeling very vulnerable and not trusting. And you were the first person that I've seen actually like channel, which was absolutely amazing. I still remember to this day, and all the different healing modalities that you introduced me to, which again, I actually get shown that when I'm doing my connections with loved ones, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll be shown you teaching me. And it's like, okay, so it sounds like it feels like this client needs like ear candling or it's the energy work, right? And I remember receiving validations um, of information coming through when you were teaching me, and I was still not believing it. I'm like, yeah, no, no, this isn't happening. No, right. But I know for sure that I was meant to learn all those techniques, all those modalities, because it has helped shaped me for where I'm at today. And I still believe in all of the holistics, alternatives, the homeopathic remedies. Like you're like just this big wisdom, a book, right?
Yeah, I definitely have a fairly extensive repertoire when it comes to the methods of healing. And to me, it's all the different doors that people come through to end up with the same kind of journey or
Mm-hmm.
experience in the end. It's that cracking open, um, breaking through moment. And it can happen through so many different modalities. And there's some incredibly new ones that are just as powerful, but I still believe that each one of them in their own way is an invitation that is unique to different souls.
Yeah, totally agree. And what do you feel is the most important for someone who is just beginning to trust their gifts, or especially if they're wanting to explore more for healing modalities?
I think the most important part that I can share with people is to really take a look at any expectations that you have, because expectations are usually born of past experience that is
Hmm.
not necessarily comfortable or genuine. So expectations can stand in your way as opposed to being an open book or an
Hmm.
open vessel where you are willing to take in the information so that you can personally sort through it. It doesn't mean that everything is correct. It doesn't mean everything is for you. It just means that it's a piece of your puzzle that is open to
Hmm.
consider. And that's what I invite people to consider everything and then go with what feels best
What feels best? Yeah.
in this moment, because other moments may be completely different. So you only really have this moment, and the more open you are to this breath, this heartbeat, this existence right now, the more it guides you through the twists and turns and steps
Hmm.
that need to be taken.
And I find one of the biggest challenges that people may have when they're starting to tap into this, and perhaps you could have some suggestions. How do you help people move through, for example, fear or doubt when they're stepping into their gifts? Because I feel that fear, like I know for myself, I had a lot of fear, had a lot of doubt, all through all those different processes. and having the confidence and believing in myself. Is there anything that you could suggest around that?
Yes, the most incredible gift that comes with fear is it is a master teacher.
Yeah.
And when you start and open yourself up to the concept of it is actually there to guide you and teach you as opposed to defeat you and stop you,
Mm-hmm.
that changes everything. And when we stand and face our fear, the interesting thing that happens instantly is it disappears. So the more you can see yourself, even if it's just through imagery and imagining,
Mm-hmm.
facing the fear. It's not about, going skydiving and jumping out of the plane and extreme things like that. But it is about imagining yourself doing it
Yeah.
and allowing the feelings and the fears that come with that vision to rise up and to give them wings, as I say. Let the fears have wings
Mm-hmm.
so that you can see them from a different perspective. Fear always stands right in front of exactly the
I
blessing you're
agree.
looking for
Yeah.
and challenges you. Are you ready? Are you willing? Do you believe that you can actually do this? Or are you just testing it to see what happens?
Totally, totally, totally agree. And what does healing like you hear that all the time, healing within, going within, healing within. What does that truly mean to you?
It means a full connection to the inner purpose of your being, your existence. Until we connect to that inner source,
Mm-hmm.
call it what you like, God, Yahweh, whatever name you give to it. That is something that most people have this impression, certainly through religion, that it is something outside of yourself.
Yep.
And it's untouchable, it's unattainable, unrelatable. So there is a very big wall of separation between who we believe ourselves to be and who we actually are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As we know, one of the most prominent claims in the spiritual world is that we are created in God's image. And the only way that can happen is for us to actually be a part of what God is. And some of the work that I will hopefully be sharing today, it talks about the reflections
Yes.
that we are in the world, that Source gets to experience
Through us.
evolution, growth,
Yes.
change,
Yes.
transformation through us. And that's how incredibly important we are and how powerful we are, is that we have this incredible inner energy that is part of creation that exists forever.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever limitations or expansions we contribute to that uh, is what the universe expands from and through. So yeah,
That's
it's exciting.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So do you want to share with my audience what it is that you're most excited about right now? Like, is there anything that you're currently creating or exploring right now?
I think what I'd like to do is share a poem that was given to me as one of the very
Oh,
early
okay.
awakenings that helped me really connect to the vastness of personally as a soul, but
Okay.
also part of the collective. And it's not a long one, but I think it's worth sharing that
Okay. Yeah,
it will
please do
speak to a
so.
lot of people in a very deep level.
Okay.
So it's called The Reflections of Me. And this
Mm,
was Source speaking through me. I am a reflection of all that has been, the blatantly obvious, the fearfully unseen. I am a reflection of time and space, my outward journey and my inner grace. I am a reflection of joy and sorrow, the choices I make today for tomorrow. I am a reflection of light and love, sometimes from within and sometimes from above. I'm a reflection of unity and heart, of what stays together or what falls apart. I am a reflection of father and mother. As I look in the mirror, I see one, then the other. I am a reflection of what I see, the good, the bad, the beauty in me. I am a reflection of pure devotion that expresses itself through thought and emotion. I am a reflection of what is wise or naive, whichever I fear or choose to believe. I am a reflection of all that can be today, tomorrow, and all eternity. That was the gift that was given, and
How
it
did
means a
you
lot to me.
feel? So was that channeled through, did you write it out? Were you channeling, like it was a handwritten channeling?
Initially, it was given to me in meditative state,
Okay.
and then it just kept repeating and repeating. And I did write it down, and I have shared it. It was October 13th, 1998, that
And
that
how
happened.
did you feel when receiving that?
Out of body.
Yeah.
It gave me a universal view of what it is to be human,
What it is to be
and
human.
that all of it was okay.
It is.
Yeah.
And being reminded and remembering that
Yes.
going forward for all of
Yes.
humanity, you know,
Everything is a reflection. The
it's
people
true.
you meet, the experiences that you're in, the situations and how they unfold.
Hmm.
People tend to take on the victim role and think this happened to me,
Oh, I hear
as
that all the time.
opposed
Yeah.
to embodying and taking responsibility. This happened through me. And the same way it happened and unfolded, we get to personally embody the solution, the answer, the new direction, all of that. So it's pretty powerful.
And how often do you go back? Have you memorized that or
Yes.
do you go back? How
Yeah.
often do you revisit that?
It will show up when I'm in a space of feeling
Hmm.
overwhelmed or feeling a little lost.
Hmm.
It still has the ability to draw me back into the point of it all and to refocus. It doesn't necessarily give me the answers, but it does give me the confidence
The confidence, yeah.
that the answers are always present, and to
Reassurance.
just be patient with myself
Hmm.
as it unfolds and flows through.
Hmm. Well, that's beautiful. I'm very pleased that you shared that with us.
Yeah.
Did you want to jump in and mention anything about the QH, which is one of my favorite subjects?
Quantum Healers 369.
Yes.
And I still consider Helen a part of it, as all of
Mm.
those who have touched the vision and the movement in some way are.
Yep.
Uh, it is a concept of bringing unity back to community,
I love that. I love, say that again, please.
bringing unity back to
To
community.
community. Love it.
It's rebuilding small communities of people who are like-minded, like-hearted, willing to work together. And through that process, again, the information and the blueprint for it was channeled. There's 12 pillars of light
Hmm.
that are different aspects of our human journey that are equally important and essential to bring into balance and healing so that communities can thrive and not just survive. We've been in survival far too long.
I agree.
It's time to be in abundance, and certainly that is coming. We know that's part of the gift that is imminent. So Quantum Healers is a group of like-minded people who are willing to step into roles to help rebuild community through physical, mental, emotional, spiritual,
Hmm.
educational, vibrational, all the different aspects that we truly need in order to be healthy and whole. Um, yeah, it's a gift that we're bringing that is free to community, and we're looking at it as a global mission. But
Hmm.
first of all, we'll be building it in local communities with those who initially step into the roles of wanting to play
Hmm.
influential leadership is what
Leadership,
is needed.
yes.
It's what is needed, yes.
How far do you think we've come far when we first started dabbling into when we are tapping into this whole concept?
Mhm.
Do you think humanity since then has awakened more? Do you think there's more of a calling for this?
I think there's at this stage of the evolution, there's a desperation.
Oh, yeah.
And through that desperation, people do start looking at other ways and other means. And that is new. That that sense of there has to be something better, there has to be an answer, there has to be some way that we can put humanity, I won't say back together because we don't want to go back,
Mm-hmm.
We're in an
Oh,
evolutionary shift into a fifth dimensional existence.
yeah.
So this is a forward motion that takes forward thinking. And with that comes very different feelings. And there are so many that already have that blueprinted into their heart
Mm-hmm.
that once they step into that vibrational frequency, it's like the river of life starts to carry them where they need to go. It doesn't mean it's an easy ride. There's lots of rocks and debris to be navigated through.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the river of life only flows in one direction, and
Mm-hmm.
that is to the collective. So that's important.
And
And
do
yes, there
you,
are a lot more people in that moment.
which is nice.
Yeah.
I've noticed, especially like I truly believe going through the whole COVID process that had awakened a lot of people through that. People are now looking at things differently, you
Yes.
know.
Well, they're questioning,
They're
and before
and
they
that's what
just
we need.
trusted. Yeah.
That's what we need is more
Yeah.
people to question things and going within and trusting their intuition more.
Well,
And I
taking
get
the trust
excited.
what was given to others and
Yeah.
bringing it home. Trust that you know who you are, you know why you're here, and you know exactly what it is you're meant to be doing, should you allow that to be revealed.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel more and more people are taking it into their own hands now,
Yeah.
moving forward and discovering more,
Yeah.
stepping outside their comfort zone more than anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And
I even
accepting that it isn't pretty and it isn't fun
no,
sometimes. It is messy and it is difficult and it is challenging. But so is creating a new world,
yep.
that we're all going to be much better off because of the effort we're putting in now.
And how do you feel about we're going? I know you do believe, but
Yes, you
that
do.
we are going through this massive shift right now and
Yes.
it needs to happen. And a lot of people are, again, they're questioning it. They're scared of the unknown. I
Yeah.
like to say be excited for the
Exactly. They should
unknown
be excited about that.
because we're getting rid of the old. And once as a collective, but also individually for each of us
Yeah.
to tap in and releasing, you use this modality a lot. It was the inner child. Like
Yes.
I can remember, I can't even count how many times that I've shed tears and laughter, but how many times I've shed tears, in your healing space by us going within, tapping in with the inner child and doing the healing from that, knowing that once we, release that heavy, sad, and joyful energy, but then making room for the new energy coming in.
Yeah.
And so now, like I take those teachings and I use them with my clients, and this is where we're at right now, not just us as individuals, but as a collective. And Mother Gaia herself going through this
Yeah.
massive shift and purging.
Yeah.
That
All at the same time.
gets me excited.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a little bit of breaking news.
Oh, bring it
The,
on.
the inner child
Yes.
is God.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The particle of God.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
spark,
This
the
spark.
innocence, the purity of heart, the essence of light and love.
Mm,
And when the inner child calls you home and speaks loudly, you now know who it is.
calls you home. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if things go, not if, when things go
Hmm.
through the massive shift, I even have it all planned out. If you remember, one of my things I love to do is to create my own space and share with the world,
Yeah.
um, under one roof, every healing modality,
Yes. That's what we're
everyone,
bringing forward.
whatever that may be,
Yeah.
right down to red light therapy, to touch energy, even soul food, everything that you can think of that's going to nourish our soul. And I even have the name for it. Coming
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
coming home.
Yeah.
Right. That hence why one of my favorite movies, and I instill, some of the values from it is from the Wizard of Oz. The power is within you. I use that in my teachings.
Yeah.
And there's no place like home. And it's just like it's like coming full circle with that.
Yeah. It's a rebirth.
Yeah.
And when you look at birth and earth, both are the same energy. the same essence and moving closer into that relationship that no longer separates them.
And so, what does coming home to yourself mean to you?
It means completely acknowledging and allowing whatever I create, whatever I put my heart and soul into, as something that carries the benevolent genetics of just whatever is perfect.
It's
Even
perfect.
though as humans we tend to try and pull it apart or dissect
Mm-hmm.
it or logically, separate it. Coming home means I no longer have that inclination. I embrace everything as it is, for what it is, with gratitude and grace and peace in my heart that just makes life so much more gentle.
Gentle.
We need gentle in our
Mm-hmm.
lives.
So, you're still doing healing work, right? Energy work out of Zoom or through out of your home?
I don't do it as much as I formerly would, mostly because I feel people need to do it themselves right now.
Okay.
If somebody is stuck or on a what I call the precipice of discovery,
Mm-hmm.
I do take referrals, um,
Okay.
and I will work with people who are genuinely and heartfully looking for their
Mm-hmm.
soul purpose. And yeah, that's my joy. I love doing that.
And so, if any of our listeners out there are interested in the QH369, I just love saying that. You're open to receiving contact from anyone for that?
Yes, actually, they can visit
Yeah.
our website as well, which gives them a really good overview. There's a lot of information there that um, it helps them discover if there is a resonance, then
Mm-hmm.
that
A calling
says
for it.
there is a
Yeah.
calling for them within our teamwork.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I anybody that's interested, it takes a huge commitment. We're talking fairly significant time commitment and
Mm-hmm.
heart commitment at this
Heart
point
commitment. Yeah.
because it's not something that you can step into and out of without a lot of consideration for what it means to you and is it your life purpose? If it's your life purpose, chances are it's your passion. And
Passion.
what
Yeah.
I've
Mm-hmm.
discovered that those who are stepping into these leadership roles have such a passion for the role that they play.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot do everything for everyone everywhere. It's
Nope.
not humanly possible. But you can take what your heart has called you to do and play a role within our communities in whatever pillar you resonate with the most and contributes whatever's needed. And you get to be a part of designing that and a part of bringing it to life because we're really into the stage of manifestation and
Mm-hmm.
creation where we're co-creating something extraordinary that the whole world will benefit from.
Very exciting. Very,
Yeah,
very exciting.
yeah,
And I always say visualize, visualize, feel
yeah.
it and visualize it.
Oh,
So, Donna, it
yes.
was beautiful having you here on the show, sharing your energy, especially the poem. I love the poem. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I believe we've come full circle.
I know it's a beautiful day when things become complete
Yes,
and to see where it spirals even higher or deeper, whichever direction it all goes. Um, I look forward to seeing where it takes us both.
me too. I'm very
Yeah,
excited. Like I
yeah,
said, be excited for the unknown. Don't be
yeah,
afraid of it.
yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah.
Okay, Donna, and hopefully we'll have you back and we'll take it a little bit further if you wish. If there's any topics you want to talk about, especially as we are evolving more and more and more, and people are awakening more and more and more, then
Yeah.
definitely I would love for you to come back onto the show and sharing your wisdom and your knowledge and more of your channeling.
Yeah. Well, it actually might be fun for people to request what they
Yes,
would like
I
to
like that too.
have some
Bring
insights
it on.
into. Yeah,
Bring it
exactly,
on.
because the pebble in the cosmic pond, it initiates
Yeah.
all kinds of things to happen.
All right, then.
All
Until
right.
next time, my friends, thank you for joining in. And thank you, Donna, again. So nice to see you.
Thank you,
And
Helen.
so until next time, be well, my friends. I want to thank you for tuning in to Afterlife Café TV, connecting hearts, healing souls, and bridging worlds. I'm Helen Peacock, and I am so grateful, yes, it makes my heart sing, that you chose to spend this time here with me. So, to continue the connection, I do invite you to tune in to the Transformation Talk Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. for new episodes. And you can also visit my website at helenpeacock.ca to find out more about my sessions, group readings, yes, even Zoom group readings, and perhaps some events I may be holding. And also, there will be a course on your psychic development, mediumship development, if you're interested in that. And just know that there are more ways to gather in our Sacred Grounds community, where you can also, again, find me at helenpeacock.ca. So, if this episode touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. It does help the space reach others who may need it too. So, until next time, trust the signs, stay curious, and remember, love never ends. It's just different.